Check, check. Let's see. All right. That's it. Emmanuel, how are you in here? I've only been streaming for 8 seconds. Yeesh. What does that look like? One second. Wait, what? Not right now. Hold up, guys. Yeah, how's Indiana doing with snow right now? Let's see this. Let's go to reflectivity. No, that's got to be a radar tower. Yeah, let me see that. Radar. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, they're getting good snow. Why did someone say it was snowing in Jersey? It's not snowing in Jersey right now. It's gonna be soon, though. We should take a look at the latest snow totals. Oops. Wait, did I switch this? The heck? Hello? What the heck? One second, guys. What? What? What's going on? What the heck? Hello? One second, guys. Whoa! Why did that take me so long? What the heck is going on? Huh. Why are my scenes messed up? Okay. We're going to get started here in a second, guys. Give me a second. I see questions. I can't answer them yet. I'll answer them in a second. Why are my scenes messed up? We're gonna fix my scenes right now. We're gonna do it live. We're gonna do it live. We're gonna fix my scenes right now. Oh, actually, I think I already did. Okay, I think I fixed it. I think I fixed it, guys. I think we're good to go. Okay. All right. How's everyone doing? Courtney, I appreciate you. National Weather Service latest snow totals for the Mid-Atlantic. Let's take a look. I just want to say that for everyone who is yelling, blowtorch, blowtorch, blowtorch for the East, Christmas is canceled. Christmas is canceled. It's going to get so hot. Who on here has an X and follows anyone who covers weather? Can I get a show of hands? Who on here is on X or Twitter, whatever you'd like to call it, I really don't care, and follows people who talk about weather? Tell me everyone and their grandma wasn't yelling blowtorch for the East through Christmas. Not me. And guess what? It's probably not going to be a blowtorch, guys. The model's pulled back. Too much cold pooling in northwestern, up in the PNW Western Canada to allow for that. All right, I'll get into all the questions. I just want to show you something here. Does that look like a blowtorch for you on Christmas out east? All right. We're jumping the gun too quick here. Now, I was getting nervous because we talked about, I spoke about this for 3 weeks, a mid-December warm-up. But in my view, we were going to come back to our kind of eastern negative PNA trend as we approach Christmas again and get cool air back into the east. Okay, and the models are starting to support that again. I'm not going to lie, I was getting nervous, but there was no way I was going to yell blowtorch for the east for the rest of December. No way. I don't care what the models were showing. I never jumped on that bandwagon because our snowpack is way too crazy in North America right now. We had a stratospheric polar vortex breakdown. We have a tropospheric breakdown of our polar vortex going on right now. So I didn't see a scenario where we're sitting there 30 to 40 degrees above average through the last 2 weeks of December. There was no scenario in my mind that played out like that. The models are starting to agree with me. Let's hope they continue to agree with me so I don't look like an idiot. Why do I hear my daughter cry? All right. It's funny because people make fun of you when you talk about how cold it could be, but then everyone's like, blowtorch! I'm like, why are people yelling this? Doesn't make sense. Let's take a look at the latest numbers from the National Weather Service. Oh my gosh, look at this. And this is why I show you guys the high end. Philadelphia, 4 inches. Originally, this was 2.5 inches. Now this isn't the 6 inches high end, but I showed you the 6 inches high end the other day to show you if things go right, you could get up to 6 inches. We're definitely above the original 2.5 expected in Philly. This is another 1.5 inches of accumulation, which would be great for you guys. New York City, 4 inches. Totals are up. Love it. Boston, tough, 1 to 2 inches. Long Island, beautiful, 5 inches across the whole entire freaking island, potentially. Hopefully for you guys. Love it. Baltimore, maybe 3 inches. DC, a couple of inches. Now, let's look at the high end, though. We still have high-end chances here. Holy smokes. They really kicked up those high ends, didn't they, guys? Philadelphia, 8 to 9 inches on the high end. New York City, 8 to 9 inches on the high end. Boston, 8 to 9 inches on the high end. Jersey, out. Long Island, Jersey, out to the coast. Baltimore, 5 inches on the high end. DC, 3 to 4 inches on the high end. Nice. You love to see it. Pittsburgh, 8 to 9 inches on the high end. Love to see it. I don't think we're done for December out here, by the way, guys. I think we get another storm that drops 6 inches to a foot. 6 inches to a foot. Come on. I called for a good amount of snow out here before January this year. This is going to be a little bit, but I need at least one more storm, and we're going to have opportunities. We're going to have opportunities. Before I get to questions, which I'm about to in 2 seconds, let me quickly show you this. What the heck did I just do? Let me quickly show you European moving forward. This moves out. A little bit of a warm-up. Everyone and their grandma knew that was coming. A little bit of a severe chance here going into late next week. Could definitely be some severe weather, maybe some more snow for the upper Midwest. But this pattern is very interesting to me. Now, you're not seeing it, but I'm seeing it. Bear Clinic boundary running across the states like this. Clippers. This is how you get clippers into the Mid-Atlantic and New England. And then you see what the Euro wants to do Christmas morning. Wants to put snow down from Philly to Boston. Christmas morning. Tilt and then put another snowstorm down into there the 28th. So GFS, I'm not buying the end of the model. I buy the trend of cold air back east, though. So GFS sees snow back out there. Oh, GFS sees snow out there on Christmas as well. Again, 294 hours out. Not buying it, but I buy the trend. GFS sees a blizzard out here. Blizzard-like snow, heavy snow. 27th as well. Wow, so the Euro and GFS actually agree on 2 snowstorms between the 25th and the 30th of December. End of the run, maybe 3. End of the run, but again, this is what I'm expecting to happen. Negative PNA, tilt, cold air, and snow back east. And guess what happens as you get towards the end of December for anyone along the East Coast and in the Southeast? You don't need as crazy of temperature, negative temperature anomalies to get snow. Deeper you get into winter, you're just naturally colder, even if you're above average. So these snowstorms, the deeper you get into winter, the more likely these storms are to happen. So even though you see them 260 to 360 hours out, if you get that pattern, you're more likely to have it because you're later. You're deeper into winter. All right. Outlook for Whistler in January. I'll give Whistler tons of snow the second half of January, not the first half. Oh, I didn't put out my January outlook. Crap, I knew I was forgetting something. I did my Christmas outlook, not my January outlook. Ugh. All right, I'm going to get to questions. I'm really looking forward to getting to say I told you so, though, again. Courtney, Tanya, NTX, Kat, Jeannie, Sammy, Wait, Wanna, Dublista. I appreciate you guys. Now, I've been very, very positive about my feelings about Christmas time and getting cold air back out east and it not being a blowtorch. Last live, though, I was getting weak. I was getting weak because the models were not showing what I was thinking. My gut was telling me something different than the models were showing, but you got to stick with your gut. We'll see what happens. I could still be wrong, but I like the trends here for Christmas time. You posted your current snowfall on Discord. Did you now? Let me see. If you guys want to join my Discord, best weather Discord that's ever been created. I actually forgot to do my weather updates on it today, so I'm sorry. I typically do those in the daily weather update section. But the link's in every single one of my YouTube videos and YouTube lives. Connor's Comment Corner on YouTube. It's awesome Discord. It's free to enter. Wait. There it is. All right, where'd you post it? Yeah, but that's way too early. You're still snowfalling. Oh, you said currently. Yeah, I think you've got to get up to at least 4 inches. Right? You got to get up to at least 4 inches. You still got plenty of snow over you right now. Let's go to the radar. Let's look at where the heaviest bands are. Local radar. Now, here's the issue with you guys. This is not a dry air pocket. This is the radar not showing snow here. But this is heavy snow. This is heavy snow. Right here and right here. So this is going to continue to move. This could easily be another 2 to 3 inches of snow on the back end right here. Accumulation. You can see the darker greens. Heavy bands. Possibly 1 inch to 2 inches an hour in some of these darker bands here. So you guys are still good. Still piling up. North Carolina, no snow in your immediate future except for in the mountains. But like I said, we'll see what happens at the end of December. Early January looks like we're going to get a big tilt down here to the southeast, in my opinion. We're getting another stretch of the stratospheric polar vortex. Maybe a split. So we didn't have a stretch before. We had a break, but stretch, split. How much snow can we expect in Baltimore? Why can't I hear my transition there? 1 second, guys. Can you guys hear does all the volume sound right to you guys? Real quick, I'm going to check Baltimore totals, but yeah, okay. I usually can hear my transition, but I can't hear it right now. Baltimore, 3 inches expected on the high end. Maybe you get 4 to 5 inches, but expected at least 3 of nice, fluffy accumulation. What are your temperatures right now? Because this is probably going to be some pretty actually good snow, not crappy heavy snow. Let's take a look at your current temperatures out here. Although they're going to be dropping. That's wind speed. I do not, in fact, need wind speed. I need temperatures. Okay, so very, very cold pocket of air right here. So you've got a lot of lagging snow behind your coldest air. Not terrible out here. Low 40s, high 30s. Obviously, this cold air is going to come in and replace it. It depends, I guess, how this... You're going to see a little bit of a tilt of this. And as this tilts, because we're not getting a negative tilt, but kind of a neutral as it pushes through, The snow bands on the back end are going to drop the really nice snow. Let's take a look at the latest HRRR, and I want to see what type of snow you guys are actually going to see here. HRRR, high resolution rapid refresh model, and let's go to the Mid-Atlantic. Here we go. 18Z. Whoa, that is heavy snow right there. Pittsburgh. Watch out, you could get some heavy bands in Pittsburgh. Oh, that's beautiful. That's exact, guys. You got these 3 layers of snow, right? This is maybe an inch every 4 hours. Maybe an inch an hour. This shade, maybe 2 inches an hour. Somewhere in here, right? If you depending on where the bands are in there, somewhere in there. That's some nice coverages there. Now the problem is you're not going to get tons of hours of snow. This is moving quickly. And you still need to be under the bands in this section. But Philly to New York City, someone's going to have a big day. Baltimore to New York City, I'd say. Baltimore to New York City, someone's going to overperform if we see this. Look at that. Baltimore to New York City, someone's going to overperform. Maybe even Long Island. That's nice snow. Let's take a look at the NAM. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that. This is super heavy stuff in here. Imagine that falls over Philly. Someone's going to get a big burst of snow. Hey, who out here in the Mid-Atlantic is excited for this? I know some people in chat have been waiting. All the people who are like, we never get snow. We're never going to get snow again. I think you're going to get... I think I'm expecting 1 or 2 more rounds of this before December's over. At least 1 more round of this before December's over. At least 1 more. Say you guys get a good 4 to 6 inches in here. Someone's gonna end up with 7 or 8 in here, I think. Someone's going to have a huge day, depending on how the banding sets up. Someone's going to have 7 or 8 inches. Say you get 4 to 6 inches in here. I think you could get 4 to 6 inches before the end of December, too. Which would be nice, because a little bit of a warm-up is going to try to melt out this snow. Not right away. Not right away. You guys could have the snow on the ground for at least a week. And as that's trying to melt up, you may have another one coming through and dropping snow again, which will be a nice setup into January, where you typically have that snow last for a while. Me. Yeah, awesome. Yeah. Listen, you guys deserve the snow, but we don't just want this. We want more. We want a nor'easter this year, and we're going to get it. When will South Central Kentucky get snow again? Listen, January, I think. Just being honest with you, I think the Southeast, well, here's how I see the pattern through the end of December. Best chance for snow is going to be right here. Okay, we're gonna get pretty warm down here. And this does include the Mid-Atlantic. I think still have some good chance for snow through the end of December. If we get something diving down, which we might at the end of December, I still think that's going to be east. Could miss Kentucky. But let's take a look here moving forward. So you get something like this, you may end up getting snow on the back end on the East Coast. Super chat. Emmanuel with the $5 super chat. Emmanuel, I appreciate you as always. Thank you. I'll talk to the weather gods again and keep sending snow your way. Jasmine, what's going on? Nancy, Chrissy, Jen B, Nancy. Let's see here. Really, obviously, not much in the models for Kentucky, but we talked. We'll flash into it real quick. Let's take a look on the updated stratospheric polar vortex. There it is. Oof, tons of warming. I actually haven't looked at this in 48 hours, so let's see the update. This is another big warming event. Another big warming event. We got to look at these. We got to look at the wind speeds on this, guys. Is that a split? Kind of.
Warning, a new special marine warning has been issued.
Kind of. Let's look at the wind speeds on the stratospheric polar vortex, because this could mean such cold air for January, and not January cold air, below average. Hold up. Here we go. I got the links ready for you guys always. Okay, zonal mean wind at 10 HPA. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so we're down here. We'll say this is a little slower. So we'll say at about 15 knots. It's not going to be this. Okay, and then I guess we're already into it. Our stratospheric polar vortex is pretty slow. Now, this is pretty good agreement from the models that we're not going to drop much lower than right here. We want to get down a little bit lower for a really, really nice break. Something I do find interesting, though, is this here. Maybe we don't climb. Maybe we drop back down. Okay, something to go back to. Nothing too crazy, not too crazy of a look there. But what is happening, regardless of our polar vortex wind speeds, is this warm air up there displaces cold into the mid-latitudes, which is where we are. So good sign for below average air. Chances for southern snow and stuff like that moving forward. I'm coming back to small soda, and it's going to be negative 13. Yeah, it was negative. Well, it was negative 14 this morning. It was negative 14 wind chill this morning. It's going to be like negative 28 wind chill tonight. Don't listen to your weather app. Your weather app's wrong in Minnesota. It's going to be way colder than negative 16 or whatever it says today or tomorrow morning. What are the chances of the models holding onto that snow for East Coast around Christmas? I mean, for my sake, because this is one of the things I've been forecasting, I'm going to say 100%. Realistically, I'd give it a 50-50 shot. I think it's a realistic pattern. And I talked about this in my last video, guys. If we go and we take a look at apparent temperature, temperature anomalies. You see this nonstop 40 degrees below average sitting up here? Just sitting up here. Just sitting up here. Negative 30, negative 50 degrees. Just pooling in Western Canada. Do you guys understand how our weather works on planet Earth in the northern hemisphere? It moves from west to east. This cold is going to get shifted. This cold's going to move. I promise you. I promise you this trough is not moving west. Promise you this trough is not moving west. It's not. It's going to move east. So why did every model and every model's grandma have a blowtorch here for the next 3 weeks? Where's this cold air going to go? Back up into the Arctic? Well, the Arctic's having a little bit of a breakdown in the troposphere and the stratosphere, guys. It's not going back up into the Arctic. It's hot up there. Coming back. It's coming back to the east. There it is. It's coming back. It's coming back. It's got nowhere to go. It's got no choice. I don't care what the models say. Don't care what the models say. All right? Kindergartner could have seen it. It's coming back. Now, the GFS thinks it's coming back like Christmas evening, meaning Christmas morning you wake up, you're toasty out east. And Christmas night, you go to bed and you're cold, and you could be snowing. So the timing is very suspect here. I think this arrives before Christmas. How do I get that map from the NWS site? Just type in NWS probabilistic precipitation portal, or just precipitation portal on Google. It'll probably pull up NWS precipitation portal. It'll probably show up. These are the high-end snow totals that we could see. If you're in the dark blue to the orange region, we're talking about the possibility of 5 to 9 inches on the high end. Take about 3 to 4 off of that for the expected. Morgan, I appreciate you. Jen B. Snow in Georgia, might have to wait till January. What's Missouri looking like in Christmas? The one area that looks like it's going to be warm. Christmas, I don't know if we're going to get cold air back into like this little pocket here. Christmas time. I think we could have a little bit of Southern Plains, Central Plains ridging. Maybe something like this. A little bit of Southeast ridging too. I should really draw it like this. So this area might be hard to get snow in. I think you're going to have a much better chance around Christmas time in this region. This region. How much snow will fall? Oh, and remember, guys, we talked about this region for Thanksgiving, and we did pretty good on that. We did pretty good on that. Cincinnati snow totals today. Yeah, so expected amounts. Expected amounts. What the heck? Don't do that to me. Expected amounts, 4 inches on the high end. Maybe you guys end up with 6, 7 inches of snow. What are the probabilities of the high ends in Baltimore? You guys want me to look at probabilities now? Okay, let's look at what are the probabilities of getting 6 inches of snow into Baltimore? About 1 to 10%. What's the probabilities you get at least 4 inches of snow into Baltimore? 30 to 40% chance. 30 to 40% is not bad. What are the probabilities you get at least 2 inches into Baltimore? About 70% chance you get a minimum of 2. Now look at this. What are the probabilities you get? What are the probabilities you get at least 2 inches of accumulation in Philadelphia, New York City, Long Island? Almost 100%. What are the probabilities you see 4+ inches of snow in Philadelphia? About 75%. New York City, about 75%. 30% in Baltimore. 4+ inches of snow. Columbus, almost 100%. Cincinnati, 80%. Pretty good. This is kind of fun. I like looking at the percentages. Abodi, I don't know how to pronounce that, but I appreciate the SpongeBob and Rose. Paula, what's going on? Morgan. Stop. Alice. 7 inches in Indy. And we tie a record from the 80s. Let's see what the odds of getting at least 8 inches in Indy are. Oh, say it ain't so. Maybe about a 10% chance of 8 inches in Indianapolis. So you're saying there's a chance. This is what I'm talking about, though. Philly, 15 to 20% chance we get 8 inches of snow.
Warning, a new special marine warning has been issued.
All right. Here's your chances you get over a foot of snow. Just kidding, guys. That's a dusting. That was mean of me. That was mean of me. Pittsburgh snow total today. Expected amount, 5.5 inches. High end. You guys could see 8 inches. What are the chances you guys get 8 inches? 10 to 20% chance. What are the chances you guys get at least 6 inches of snow? 50% chance. Flip a coin. You guys could end up with more than 6 inches of snow. Central Jersey expected amount. Well, yeah. 4 to 5 inches. The high end, you could be looking at somewhere 8 to 9 inches of snow. Let's see what the odds are you get at least 6 inches of snow in Central Jersey. 30 to 50%, somewhere in that range. Pretty nice. Out here near the coast, closer to 30. Pretty nice. I appreciate the follows, guys. 16 new followers there. You got this. I believe in you. Severe weather chances anytime soon. Let's pull up pivotal weather. Oh, that's right. It's already up. Let me throw it over here. Yeah, let's look at this real quick. Not much of a chance. Let's actually do this. Let's go to CSU. Day 1, day 2, 6 panel, 3 to... Hey, look at that. The 18th, the 20th. Colorado State University has some nice little severe targets out here. This is what we were seeing on the Euro, actually. So, yeah. Ohio Valley and Dixie Alley severe threats, 18th through the 20th. I'd watch out for those. We saw that on the Euro model when we were looking at it earlier. For those of you who don't know what's going on over here. Little bit of snow. little bit of snow. Add it straight for you. Give me 1 second, guys. Here, real quick. Here's me not believing in the blowtorch. Although someone's gonna get a blowtorch. Let's see. This moisture into the west. Now, I don't think that we're gonna have some sort of massive ridge lock in as we approach Christmas and push through December. I think there's going to be multiple opportunities for some of this cold air and some of this kind of moisture, our jet, to buckle back down into the east. You can actually see a negative NAO, kind of negative EPO setting up here, which is a good sign to get that cold air back into the east. Some people are saying blowtorch for the east for the rest of December. Doesn't really look like that. Again, we have those 2 pushes of cold air still, which leads us potentially into December 22nd. And then pushing out here towards December 25th, we're kind of falling into, like I said, this zonal flow, not this big ridging out east. So as I said, that's going to give us the opportunity for that cold air to flip back out east. We can see our NAO mean pushing back down.
Don't believe anything they say. Don't believe anything that's said on the internet. Oh, wait. I'm on the internet. Never mind.
Freehold, New Jersey? Where's that? Where's Freehold, New Jersey? Central Jersey. Thank you. 4 to 5 inches expected. On the high end, you guys could see somewhere between 6 to 8 inches. NWS, probabilistic precipitation portal. That's where I am right now on this one, guys. We're looking pretty warm here in Kansas next week. Yeah. The plains are getting a little bit of a... Central to southern plains could see a blowtorch for a little bit. That area I'm a little bit concerned with. I'm not as concerned with the Mid-Atlantic, New England, portions of the East Coast, Midwest. It's going to warm up. It's going to warm up. And I've talked about that forever. We're going to have a mid-December warm-up. But not this blowtorch where we're hot through the rest of December. That's just not going to happen. We're going to get below average air pushing back in. I need some snow days in my life. As this pattern shifts back and forth, we could get a snowstorm through the plains. When you have the pattern flipping back and forth like that, though, does the snow last? Because you know what happens in the plains. You can go from 20 degrees and a foot of snow to 70 degrees and sunny the next day. Dayton, Ohio, expected amount right now, about 5 inches. What could you guys see on the high end? Let's see. Should I put on counties, guys?
This special marine warning has been updated.
Special marine warning. Yeah, on the high end. On the high end, Dayton, Ohio. 8 inches. 8 inches potentially on the high end for you guys. It's already snowing there, right? Yeah, okay. It's been snowing. It's been snowing. Never mind, I just checked. Near to DC. Yeah, I mean, your high end totals could be around 3 inches. I think your expected amount's pretty low. About 2 inches around the DC area. Not bad. 2 inches accumulation. Philly's expected to get about 4 inches on the high end. I think on the high end, Philly could get 9 if you're super lucky with how the banding sets up. But I would say 6 to 8 on the high end. 4 expected. Someone's gonna really overperform out here because we're gonna get some really, really heavy snow. And again, snow banding is gonna set someone up. Yeah, a lot of people have been asked about Baltimore. 3 to 4 inches expected. You guys could get 5
Warning,
on the high end.
A new special marine warning has been issued.
Lower Bucks isn't looking bad. That's where I used to live. I used to live right. Should I show you where I used to live? I used to live right. Elderberry. Somewhere right here. You guys are expected about 4 inches. High end, not bad. High end, you guys could get 8 to 9 inches. Southern Bucks. This would be I was there for 2 years. We did not get the biggest snow we ever got there was maybe 5 inches in a storm. I don't even think it was that much. I think it was maybe 4. This is going to be the biggest single snowstorm likely for lower Bucks in at least 3 years, even though it's not a ton. You guys, you know, if you're in lower Bucks, you've struggled with snow recently. Weather app says only winter mix for Philly. Yeah, tell the weather app to shut up. Delete it. Delete it. Delete the weather app. I mean, the weather app does pretty decent with temperatures. That's the only reason it's on my phone. It does okay with temperatures. It just doesn't understand precipitation at all. I don't know. It's terrible. Can I zoom into Brooklyn? New York? About as far as I can go. I'm all the way into Brooklyn right now. Let's go high end. I am all the way into Brooklyn. That represents about 8 inches, that color. That's Brooklyn. Is that where you live? Oh, you guys want to see something cool? Check this out. There's your percentages. Oh, I got to move my face. Let me move my face. 1 second. Can you see your percentages here in Brooklyn? You see your low end, your expected, your high end. See that? And then your percentage of at least 4 inches, of at least 2 inches, of at least 6 inches. If you're on TikTok, you can hit the thing to turn your phone sideways. But this will at least allow you to see kind of. Let's zoom into Philly. Can we get it for Philly here? Stop. Get out of here. Let's do it for here. Show me Philly. There we go. Can you guys see that for Philly right there in the corner? 8 inches high end. About a 50% chance for 6 inches. That's pretty good. A 50%, almost a 42% chance for 6 inches. 14% chance for 8 inches. Can you imagine 8 inches drops in Philly for you guys tomorrow? You guys better stop whining if that happens. That would be 8 inches before winter starts. Winter starts December 1st, by the way. Your teachers lied to you in school. Meteorological winter starts December 1st. Astronomical winter is the silliest thing people ever came up with. That has to do with I don't care how bright our days are, how long the sun's up and how long the sun's down. Meteorological winter, December 1st. But that'd be 8 inches before most people's winter, which would be good. It's a good start. That's Philadelphia for you guys. Boston, I wouldn't get too excited, but hey. See, Boston has a big difference between their high end and low end. Let's look at Boston's high end and low end, and this is what I'm worried about. It'll give it to me in a second. Look at Boston's high end and look at Boston's low end, guys. Boston, you could end up with a dusting or 7 inches. And look at expected, 1 inch. I think Boston gets at least. I think Boston goes 1.5 inches. That's what I think. What do you expect for just west of Cleveland? Let's go check. High end 6 inches, expect at 5 inches. Low end 1, but expect at 5, high end 6. Bethesda, Maryland. I know what Bethesda, the gaming company, is. I don't know what Bethesda, Maryland is. No clue. No clue. You gotta give me some help with the small cities. Pittsburgh. Let's take a look at you guys. Let's take a look at Pittsburgh. Oh, I have my daughter's thing here. Let's turn this off. Oh, she's awake. Pittsburgh. Come on. What's going on here? We're getting a little bit of lag. Let's reload this. Okay. Pittsburgh, high end 8 inches. Expect it closer to 5. There you go. Low end 4. Low end 4 is great for Pittsburgh. You have a bad day, you only end up with 4 inches of accumulation. High end 8. 11% chance for 8 inches. Not too bad. Giant snow game, hopefully. Probably. I think, right? I'm trying to think about the timing. I think so. I could be wrong, but I think probably, yeah. In that stupid stadium. They need to tear that thing down. I'm sorry. I've been to games there. That stadium stinks. It's just got history. But I don't care about history. That stadium stinks. The New Jersey Giants. New Jersey Giants. Come on, your stadium. I'm a Giants fan. Your stadium can't be in New Jersey. I don't get the whole putting your stadium in a different state thing. Yeah, that's JJ McCarthy. Yeah. I like the Vikings too. My wife's a big Vikings fan. Yeah, we've talked about Philly, I think, too much. But let's take a look again. Philly expected 4 inches. High end, you guys could get 8 inches. So I don't know. We're lagging a little bit here, but it's gonna be a good day for Philly regardless. They just out Pittsburgh under a winter storm warning, 7 inches. Charles, what's going on? Well, that's like a high. If Philly gets 7 inches, they had a really good day, which is possible. It's possible. Like we were talking about this earlier. I mean, the HRRR wants to put a 1 to 2 inch an hour snow band directly through Philly and New York City, maybe even Baltimore. Let's go back here into Mid-Atlantic. Like, that's really nice snow right there. If the HRRR is onto something with this, that's going to be super, super heavy snow. What's going on, Gage? When will Southwest Wisconsin see snow again? Sorry, guys. I got to take a break. I got to take a break from telling you about how much snow you're going to get to look at southwestern Wisconsin. I'm just kidding. All right, let's look at the European. We'll see about this. The GFS and Euro don't agree on the storm. The Euro takes it farther north. The GFS takes it farther south. And if the GFS is correct, maybe you guys get some snow down in southwestern Wisconsin this week. Probably not a lot. This could be a clipper over southwestern Wisconsin. This could be a clipper over southwestern Wisconsin. This could be a clipper over southwestern Wisconsin. So plenty of snow opportunities ahead for southwestern Wisconsin. I don't see any mega storm for you guys, but definitely accumulation chances here moving forward over the next 10 days. Maybe as soon as 3 or 4. Do I know anything about the week coming up for Pittsburgh, PA? It's probably going to get a little bit warm and rainy. Well, it's winter, not warm, but a little bit of a warm up. Oh, wait, I read that wrong earlier. You said they just put Pittsburgh under a winter storm warning, 7 inches, not Philly. Why is this map? Okay, I gotta refresh this. This map being sideways is annoying me. Yeah, I mean Pittsburgh expected is 5.5, not. Yeah, I mean if they get their high end, they'll get 7 or 8. Look at the end of the GFS. The end of the GFS is never gonna happen, so we're gonna skip that. The odds the end of the GFS happens, go buy a lottery ticket, Powerball or Mega Millions, and the odds of you winning that are the same odds of the end of the GFS happening. I think you might have a better chance of winning a Mega Millions. No, I'm half joking, half serious. We do follow trends, so like I do look at the end of these models, but not for where the snow is. Like this is, and that's not a nor'easter, that's a clipper, strong clipper. I look at the end of these runs to see the trends in the pattern, zonal flow, negative PNA, positive PNA, negative NAO, but I don't look to see where snow is falling because the end of you get past 220, you get past 180 hours, and throw out wherever you see precipitation. Throw it out the door. You can kind of keep where you see cold air out towards, I'd say, 250 hours. But, yeah. Don't worry about where precipitation is at the end of the GFS run. This snow is thick. With 5 C's, Emmanuel says. How thick, Emmanuel? Don't answer that. Central New Jersey snow. Yeah, you guys are looking pretty good, guys. I'm gonna have to get off here in a second. It's my wife's birthday weekend. I gotta do some birthday stuff with her. Hey, Central New Jersey. If you guys get lucky, you are swimming in 9 inches of snow. You guys get unlucky. You guys get really unlucky. You may only get 4 inches of snow. I'm just kidding. That's pretty good. Happy birthday, wife. I'll tell her that. I'm going to tell her Morgan told her happy birthday. I'm going to tell her that, Morgan. She's going to be like, who's Morgan? I'm going to say, you don't know freaking Morgan? My mod Morgan? Are you kidding me? Everyone knows Morgan. Me and Morgan go way back, actually. I'm a little bit... Let me look at these temperatures really quickly here, guys. And then I'm going to speed answer some more questions, and then I got to get off. But let me look at these temperatures really quick. Because I'm a little bit concerned, and I haven't really been thinking about this. When do we get to freezing? This is all snow, probably at this point. This is all snow at this point. Where are we? Okay. Okay. This is good. We're at freezing before the main band sets up right there. That's good. Okay, because I was concerned. Do we have this main band of snow setting up and we're still 35, 34 degrees, and now 3 inches of that accumulation is sleet, which means it's not accumulating? You guys look like you're going to be freezing before the big snow band sets up. So some of you are probably going to get concerned and be like, we've only had an inch and it's only going to snow for 3 more hours. But you're going to switch over to cold air and you're going to get like 2-inch an hour snow. Probably, well, some people will. Not everyone. Is he hype about torch mist true or not? No. I talked about that in the beginning of this video. I never bought that nonsense. I've never bought that nonsense. There's too much cold air pooling in Western Canada. It's going to move east. Our tropospheric and stratospheric polar vortex has not been having a good time. It's been pretty unstable throughout the beginning of winter. Cold air is going to get displaced again. We're not going to see this 2 to 3 week extended torch. I talked about it in my last video, and luckily for my sake, we started to see some, and I've always thought we'd have a mid-December warm-up. But we're seeing now. Here we go. Here's our warm-up. Now, originally, here's where everyone started going, torch mist, torch mist. This warm air was just supposed to stay here. Now, another shot of cold air into the 20th, 21st. And then this warm air was supposed to stay here. Now, another shot of cold air right here. This is Christmas Eve, Christmas. Does that look like torch mist for the East to you? People were jumping on that bandwagon too quick. Could it still happen? Technically, yeah. I could still be wrong at this range, but there's so much cold air. There's just so much cold air up here, guys. There's just so much energy. My own prediction for Philly, I think Philly has a good day and sees... I think Philly has a good day and sees 6.5 inches. Cincinnati, Ohio, please. Accumulation estimates. Yeah, I mean, you guys are looking pretty good right now. Cincinnati's looking like about 4 inches. Now on the high end again, of course, you guys could see a little bit more. Maybe 8. Maybe 6 to 8. What does 10Z mean? 10Z means right now 5 a.m. East Coast. You know, there's a standard time for weather because when you're talking about weather, you have to assume, well, you know everyone's not in the same time zone. So you use Z, you use weather time, and then everyone adjusts that time for their time zone. If you just did weather as Eastern, all weather is based off of the Eastern time zone. They base it off, it's a weather time. And right now, when it changes because of stupid, we move our clocks forward and back in the U.S. So Sometimes the East Coast is 4 hours behind. Sometimes it's 5 hours behind. I believe the East Coast is 5 hours behind right now. So if it's 10Z, it's 5 a.m. If it's 18Z, it's 1 p.m. Oh my gosh, I almost got that wrong. Harrisburg, PA. 5 inches on the high end, on the low end, an inch. Oof. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, because what's happening here is you get a lot of snow caught up in the mountains. Portions of the range here. And then you get pull off the Atlantic to help with some of this snow. Could be a big gap in the middle of Pennsylvania. Look at that. State College is going to be pissed. KJ, I appreciate you. Yeah, this is the National Weather Service. So, guys, you guys know where you live. I'm going to show you this right here, okay? If you're in the dark blues, if you're in the light to dark blues, expect 2 to 5 inches, okay? I'd say 2 to 4, light to dark blue. Although there's some areas in here that are a little bit more. You could see we're getting 4.5 to 5 out here in central Jersey, around Philly and stuff, and Long Island, New York City. We could see more. We'll say 2 to 5 inches. The darkest blue here is 4 to 5 inches. If you're in the yellows, yellow to orange, 6 to 9 inches. And then Watertown's going to get buried in 2.5 feet of snow. Guys, I got to get off. I got to do birthday stuff with my wife. I appreciate you being in here. I'm going to try to get up and do stuff tomorrow, but could be a long night for me. Celebrating my wife's birthday tonight, so forgive me if I don't wake up at 4 a.m. to make a video for 3 hours in stream. But I'm at least going to update my Discord. So I appreciate all you mods. You're awesome. Thank you, guys. I don't think it's going to be a torch miss. I think we are okay. We're going to warm up for a little bit. We're going to cool back down. You guys are getting snow. You guys are getting snow. Long Island, New York City, Baltimore, a little bit in D.C., Philly, Jersey. You're going to get some good snow. It's going to be nice. Likely very fluffy snow, too, because you drop below freezing before your heavy band sets up. So it should be nice snow. Nice snow. Thank you, guys. Happy birthday to your wife. I appreciate you guys. Have fun. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. Everyone, have a great day. Enjoy the snow out there in the Mid-Atlantic. I'll try to stream tomorrow because I want to see your guys' reaction and see what those totals look like out near the coast. All right. See you guys. Later, Emmanuel. Yeah, join the Discord. Connor's Climate Corner HQ. Link to my Discord is in every single YouTube video and YouTube Live. Peace.